Hello everybody, it's Murialita here once again, and welcome back to another Ami box. Yes, we have another Ami box. So if you watched my last video about Apex's Tokisaki Kurumi China dress version, I had said that that was probably going to be my last unboxing of the year. I am glad that I said probably, because now instead of being a liar, I'm just wrong. So yes, we've got another figure. This one I was interested in her ever since she went up for order, but I wasn't sure, and you know, hemmed and hawed, and I wasn't going to get her. But then she released, and reviews started showing up of her and videos, and I saw those, and I'm like, Well, Santa Murialita decided that I had been a good boy and that you guys have been decent enough that, yes, he worked with Ami and got me another figure so that we can do an unboxing so you guys can have more content. So enough rambling. Let's get this open. She was just delivered probably, I would say 10 minutes ago, because I've had to restart this video a few times. But it's nice, since I'm off of work today, I get to open the figure once I get her and I don't have to wait. So yay. It's a relatively small Ami box, but that's good because it helped keep shipping from getting too stupid expensive. It was stupid expensive, but not too stupid expensive. And we've seen this card before. If you want to read it, you can pause it and read it, or you can watch other videos. So yay. Put that off to the side and tilt the box up. And we have paper. And we've got a figure, yes. So let's go ahead and get this off to the side. And get her out of the box. I think there was a version with like a bonus acrylic plate if you wanted it, but I did not get that version. Because I don't really care about acrylic plates, but I care about this figure. Sorry for shaky cam, adjusting the stand, getting you up higher. Box is pretty tall, but good enough for now. So as you can tell, well, if you can read Japanese, because it's kind of hard to see her through the plastic, this is another Tokisaki Kurumi. This is truly the year of Tokisaki Kurumi. This is my 6th figure of her this year. There's been quite a few that I actually have passed up, though, believe it or not. But yes, Tokisaki Kurumi, this is her Bikini Armor Warrior version of her. She is from Data Bullet, which is the spin-off of Data Live. It's Kurumi, but you know who she is by now. She is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Alphamax, and she released on December 13th of 2021. And like I said, I didn't get her until after she released. I ordered her on the 17th of December at Ami brand new. I paid for her on the 18th. She shipped out on the 21st, and I got her today on the 23rd. So yay. Early Christmas present for me. Yay. I was a good boy. So she wasn't cheap, but she's not as stupid expensive as a lot of figures are being these days. So she costs 16,160 yen, which after conversion is $148.80 US. And shipping was 4,249 yen for DHL shipping. But so there she is in the front of the box. You got a nice shield-shaped window with some rose designs. Side, it's a pretty narrow box, so helps with the shipping. Here she is from the back. You've got the different, full body shot and the shot of the different faceplate and the information. There is the illustration that she is based off of, and luckily they fixed or improved her leg because that just looks strange. But yeah, back to the front. There is the top of her box and plain boring bottom. So yeah, Tokisaki Kurumi, the number 6. Let's get her open. So I'll bring this a little closer. So we've got, looks to be this standard 3 seals on top of the box. Come on, cut the seal, not the box. pull her out. There's some instructions. The inside of the box, it's like a purple diamond pattern, you know, light purple, dark purple. It's got a whole bunch of white roses, and it's got a bit of a plastic smell. Yes, new figure smell. Instructions. So there's 2 sheets in here. I don't think I'm going to take them out. One is giving you a hint on how to get her onto the base. So in the reviews I've seen, it is a bit of a pain. Put the back foot on first, and then you rock the front one on. And then you put her pigtails in, and you put her on the base, and you put her sword in her hand, and you can change her faces. So yay. There is Kurumi in her blister pack. So you can see the bonus face there. Her twin tails come separate, and her sword comes separate. And the base is separate. There is the side of the blister. There's the booty of the blister. Yes. Got a nice booty on her. And the other side. And back to the front. And so far, looks good through that plastic. Let's get her open. So yeah, she's one of those figures where, like I said, I've been interested in her, but I wasn't going to get her. But then I saw the reviews, and, well, she caused a reaction in my body. And it strongly encouraged me to get her. Okay, blister came open pretty easy. And let's start with the pieces. So we'll start with her base. It is a nice plastic gear wheel. It's carved like aged stone. It's got lots of cracks and stuff. Nice and gray. She's got 2 metal pegs. And it is standing on like a pedestal, so it's tilted, which is a nice little touch. You'll actually be able to see it. It's quite pretty nicely detailed base. Some of the cracks seem almost like seams, like right there, but they are just sculpted cracks. On the bottom, you can see Alphamax, Alphamax Corporation Limited, 2021, made in China, and then Noko, Kadokawa, and all of that other stuff I can't read copyright. Next, we'll go ahead and pull out her sword. So, it's long, thin plastic, quite bendy, and it's pointy. So be careful not to stab yourself, and be careful not to break it, because it is very flimsy feeling. It's very light. It goes from like a yellow gradient near the hilt up to the like a flaming hot pink tip. The handle, hilt and everything, it's like a dark blue purplish color, and it's got the purple rose. It's got some metal filigree work around the guard. Don't know exactly what these parts are called, but it is what it is. And the handle separates from the guard area, so I won't do that right now, but I will when we go to put her together. Take that plastic off. Next, we'll pull out this little plastic bag with one of her twin tails, and we'll pull out this one with the other twin tail. It's got 2 bags around the hair. So, as is typical with Kurumi, you've got 2 different lengths of twin tails. They've got a nice red bow holding them together. The bow has shading on it, so if it'll focus, like where it plugs into her head, it's darker, and it's a nice purplish brown color. Not very, it's got a decent amount of strands, but they're kind of chunky as well, and looks like 1, maybe 2 added on pieces on this strand. This one's got just a couple extra strands. And it does have, like I said, it's that purplish brown color, but then it gradients to a slightly red color. Next, we'll pull out the alternate face, if we can get the plastic to release. So this one, she has her mouth kind of, you know, in a closed mouth smile. Kind of, some people said embarrassed. I can see that with her eyebrows going up and everything. She's got a good clock eye. You can make out the Roman numerals. I don't know if it'll do well on camera because it focuses how it wants to focus. And then she's got nice red eye, good detail in her ears, and she is blushing a little bit. I don't know which face I plan on using, so I'll decide that after I do the video and take pictures and everything. All that's left now is Kurumi herself. So we'll take all the plastic bags off, set her down, and clean up the mess a little bit. Throw those down into the box. So this Kurumi is probably a little, we'll say NSFW. So if you're young and you're living with parents that are prudes, or you're a prude, you may not want this one. I'm going to risk not age restricting this video, but if YouTube does, that's on YouTube. I won't complain. She is showing a lot of skin, so she obviously has super high armor ratings. Because we all know how bikini armor works for women in fantasy settings. If you're fighting her, my advice would be to go for her forearms and her legs. So there is her face, and she actually looks pretty cute without her twin tails. And if you're looking at her straight on, you don't see the holes where it plugs into, so that is an option. Obviously, I want to have her twin tails, so she does have a head armor piece. Kind of looks like it's got some legs coming out, like it's a spider arachnid type thing. This face, she's got an open mouth, no teeth showing, which does differ from the artwork because the artwork, her mouth was white inside. She's got a purple flower on her choker, and these purple flowers are just accent points all over. So almost anywhere you look, you'll find one. She's got glorious separation and glorious strap gap. So nice boobs. They are definitely Kurumi-sized boobs, and not cast off. Feeling the tops and looking, you can see protrusions under them, so she is, you know, perky. Flesh tone is nice, beautiful, you know, well shaded. We've got her rib cage showing, we've got a belly line, we've got the hips showing. Nice belly button on her. The underwear is low, very low and small, and the straps go straight across. I do think a skirt would benefit her, even if it's a super micro skirt, but this is okay. Another option that might make it look a little better is instead of having flat straps, if they followed her hip line up and went over her hips. But that's just me talking. She still looks, you know, amazing. Looking from the side, you can see, like, just a little protrusion. She is standing very awkwardly, but it really brings out different aspects of the body that you don't typically think about. Good shoulder blades and a nice long spine line. She's got a booty crack. And, you know, very tight underwear. Or should I say armor. Nice wide hips, thick thighs, and nice legs on her. The armored boots are nice and shiny, very clean looking. They've got lots of, you know, black line details. Looks very good. Hands. So this hand, all the fingers are sculpted separate. You know how I love me some separation. Fingernails are sculpted, and they've got a little bit of paint on them, a little bit of gloss. This hand, all the fingers are not separated, but the fingernails are still sculpted, and the fingers are sculpted well. You can see the knuckles and everything. And her hand is in a little, you know, circle shape because she is going to be holding her sword. Nice side boob, nice under boob, nice armpit. So far, she looks very good. And then, before we go too far, her fringe comes off and her face comes with it. So take that off. So this is the standard face. Come on, focus. So yeah, these eyebrows don't go up at the angle, and she's got that open mouth smile. We'll compare. I'll have to see and decide which face I want to use. Obviously, though, we don't want her without a face because that's just a horror show. So for now, I'm going to put the non-standard face on. And I think, so she's got a little notch, or not notch, but like peg on the top of her head, which goes into a notch on her fringe. So I think you're supposed to put the head into the fringe first, and then put that onto her face, onto her body. Goes together pretty good. There's her face on her body, the alternate face. Let's start getting her together. So we'll start by putting her on the base. And like I said, according to the instructions, you start with the back foot. And that goes into, that peg is square. So you get that on, and then you kind of manipulate her. Hey, DHL just texted me and said she's been delivered. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. It is a little fiddly to get her on there. Like I said, instructions say get the back foot on first, and then we maneuver the front foot on. I think that's a very good suggestion. Next, looks like they suggest putting the hair in. So we'll bring her close. So the twin tails are keyed. So this side is like the Tetris piece. It's a pretty tight fit. Get in there. And then the other side is kind of the L-shaped piece. And you want to be careful because this ribbon is going right up against her arm. So there's a high risk of paint transfer. I'm not going to push too hard because I will need to take her apart to get the take pictures of her and everything. So now the sword, like I said, the handle should come off. It is keyed. There's like a corner missing. So we'll put that into her hand. And then we'll fiddle with this. So let's see. The missing corner is up this way. Of course, I can't see from that angle. I think it goes like this. This is fiddly. Okay, something I am noticing is the tips of the handle and the arms of the sword are very sharp. So be careful because you don't want to push like that. You will stab yourself. But there's Kurumi assembled. And that freaked me out a little bit. I went to put her on, and in my head, this was flat, and it didn't have that pedestal, angled pedestal, so I was trying to put her on flat, and it didn't work. Let's bring her a little closer. There we go. So, not sure if this will be a good spin around for you guys or not, but for me, it is. So, looks pretty good so far. Notice a little shiny bit right on her hip, but that's, once I turn off the lights, it'll be fine. Yep, looks pretty good so far. As I said, she is showing off a lot of skin. She could have 1 HP and be invincible in this armor. Yeah, looks pretty damn good. Just, you know, the curves of her body are great. She is a very thin girl, so when you look at her booty, it is quite thick. And then you go up to her waist, and it's like almost non-existent. Plus, she is, you know, really tilting her back. I could understand some people trying to say she's got a broken spine in this figure, but she is just a flexible girl. No broken spines here. Let's bring this camera a little bit closer so we can see her face as we spin. Paint job is very excellent. Sculpt is very excellent. I don't see any real paint flaws. Her hair does have some shading on the perfect part line. Oh, and I just noticed we can see her elbow through the armor joints. So that's a nice touch. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let's move the camera back, get it out of the way, and I will change her face again. So I think to change the face, you do need to take the sword out, which is unfortunate, because that is probably the biggest pain of assembling her. And we'll put her default face on now. This does kind of feel more like Kurumi, a little bit more on the crazy side. And it just fits on real nicely. And then we'll fiddle with the sword again. There we go, I got it angled right that time. So now we'll do a spin around like this. Yeah, so I think, me personally, at this moment in time, I think her default face looks better. The alternate one, it's nice, but it doesn't have that Kurumi feel to it. But, as I said, that's just my opinion. You can have a completely different one. Alphamax is one of those manufacturers that is, you know, high tier, very good. You can put the sword in her hand if you want. But yeah, I put them on altar level. You know, they're basically the same for me. But Alphamax typically is cheaper too. So that's nice. So yeah, looks pretty damn good. Let's give you the close-up. Well, close-up I say. Closer view. Yeah. Just looks pretty dang good. You don't really notice the seam where her face joins to her neck when you're looking at her from the front. From the side, maybe, but it is what it is. Looks pretty dang good. Okay, now let's go ahead and take the camera out of the stand, and then we'll really see close-ups. Come on, focus. Hey, don't like doing this because it just is shaky cam, but we got to see her close up. And, you know, glorious separation, wonderful, wonderful strap gap, and more wonderful, wonderful strap gap. If we look at her back, unfortunately, we do not get wonderful strap gap. We just get, you know, a chunk of plastic invading her spine line, but it's okay. And her booty cheeks are not separated, they're squished together, but there is nice crack showing. She's got quite the very toned booty as well, with very little fabric covering it. So yeah, let's go ahead and close this off, put the camera away, and remember, we get the alternate face. So this is my 6th Tokisaki Kurumi figure this year. This is the Bikini armor version of her. She is from Date a Bullet, which is a spin-off of Date Alive focused on Kurumi. And she is a 1/7 scale figure manufactured by Alphamax. She released on December 13th of 2021. I paid brand new at Ami 16,160 yen, or $148.80. They do have a version of her with a bonus acrylic plate, which I am not interested in, so I did not get that. But yeah, she can look at her own ass. I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, as far as I know, I'm qualifying it, but as far as I know, this is my last figure for 2021. And it's a good one to end the year of Kurumi on. There's a bunch more Kurumi figures. I don't have them ordered. When they changed the Data Bullet, they changed the artist. And one of the things I love about Kurumi is Tsuneko style. And the new style, to me, it looks off. Nothing wrong with it, but it just doesn't look good. So I haven't been ordering as many of her figures. But I mean, I'm just rambling now. Let's end this. I hope you enjoyed. I hope she does things to your body because she's got the body. I'm out. I will see you soon for a collection tour, maybe a year-end review. Who knows what all I'm going to do. All I know is I don't want to do any of it. I'll talk to you later. I'm done rambling. Bye-bye.